What's up, guys? So as promised, I'm here in my garage. I'm gonna give you a little presentation on what it takes to be a superstar salesperson if you missed the meeting from yesterday. So as I said yesterday, I will have a weekly call every Monday at noon PST. So please join my call. It's an opportunity to get motivated, to get educated, and to get inspired. We're not just talking bio-reigns, I'm talking life, I'm talking business in general. I want to help. That's why I'm here. That's my passion. That's my core why. So let's get into it. What does it take to be a superstar salesperson? Have you thought about that question? I have. That's one of the things that I do every week with my life. On Sundays, every week, I reflect upon the week and I say to myself, what did I succeed at this week? Where did I make my money? How did I pour into my relationships with my friends, with my clients, with my family, with my kids? Just across the board, I think to myself, what were the pros, what were the cons? And I look at not just, as I said, relationally, but also on business and strategies. In each one of those businesses, what and how did I do? I basically evaluate my week. And I say, I did this like a rock star this last week. So in turn, I'm going to follow that same system for this next week. Because why would I change it? Because I was a rock star. Or maybe I wasn't a rock star. Maybe I just didn't give it enough time. But sometimes you need to give it enough time for 6 weeks of doing the same system for you to see if you're gonna get the results that you're working towards. And that's also a part of the things that bring people back, that slow people down, is they think to myself, I want instant gratification. But unfortunately, you guys are now in a position where you have your own business. You are the CEO of this business. As a network marketer, yes, there is a company that has a product that is established, but you are running the show. You are the boss. You are in charge of this. So people want gratification now. They want money, finances now. To be honest, I don't care about being a 5K. I don't care about being a 10K. I don't care about being a 50K. I don't even think about that. What I think about is doing right by my clients, is promoting the product as I should, honestly and purely, following my systems, being diligent, being disciplined. And yeah, one day I'm gonna wake up and go, oh, cool, I'm a 5K. So what I care about is the process. I care about the people. I take care of that, and you know what happens in turn? Then the money comes, okay? I've been there, done that. I've been an entrepreneur for the last 15 years. I've been successful in 2 industries, fitness and real estate. And I've been able to duplicate 6-figure incomes 3 times through in those 2 industries. So in 3 separate ways, in 2 separate industries, I've been able to duplicate this. I was just telling someone about that this morning, that just a short 10, 13 years ago, I wanted to achieve this level of entrepreneurship or of business. And I wasn't there. I was down here. And this is where I wanted to get. Well, now I'm here, okay? And the funny thing is I had the same drive when I was here. I had the same mentality, but the only thing I didn't have up here is the knowledge to know that it's that easy, that it can be done. So I'm telling you, if you're here, that doesn't mean you're less than me. It just means you haven't exceeded or you haven't accomplished your goals just yet. Once you get here, I'm now looking to get up here. And then so goes the ladder. You just continue to climb and climb and climb and climb. So what I'm trying to say is, it's about having specific, measurable goals, okay? That's a little bit about me. That's a little bit about my process, how I look at my week, and how I say, let's focus on this next week and really dial it in. Okay, let's get to the meat and bones of this. How do you become a superstar salesperson? How does that happen? Have you thought about that? I already told you I thought about it. I told you how I do that. How do you become a superstar salesperson? I'll tell you right now. 3 separate things: mindset, strategy, and practice. Mindset, strategy, and practice. In business, in entrepreneurship, across the board, you want to think as simple as you possibly can. You make it simple, it's going to be simple. And this is a simple process. It's mindset, it's strategy, and it's practice. Mindset. Let's talk about this. So I've been a salesperson for the last 36 years of my life. I've been in sales a long time. I say that because from birth, I did not have this innate ability to sell. No one from birth has an innate ability to sell. Someone who is a rock star salesperson does not have a gifted ability to sell. Maybe they have some traits that make it a little bit easier for them because they have a loud or a bigger personality, which you would assume that would be the salesperson. It's actually not the case at all. There's a market for every type of salesperson. Someone more softly spoken, someone more loud, someone more analytical, someone more fierce. So many different ways to approach it. But what I want to embed in your mind to change your mindset, this took me years to develop. I didn't just become this rock star salesperson. It's the mindset to know you've been in sales your entire life and you just didn't realize it. The analogy that I gave yesterday was waking up to go get my daughter. She wakes up and she's like, "Hey daddy, good morning." And I'm like, "Hey sweetie, how are you?" It is a good morning, isn't it? My daughter, my little 3-year-old daughter just sold me. And she told me it's a good morning. Is it a good morning? Who's to say that? Well, she told me that and I believed it. So apparently now it's a good morning. It could not. It could be Armageddon. Who knows? I don't know. We could be at war. I could be losing everything in my life. And apparently she's telling me it's a good morning. And I just got sold by my 3-year-old daughter. Then we go ahead and we walk to the kitchen. And I'm like, "Baby, what do you want for breakfast?" She says, "I want candy." And I say, "No, you ain't having candy. I'm sorry, we eat food in this house first. Food that's healthy. Food that's good for you to get your day started. So we'll have this." I'm selling my daughter, my 3-year-old daughter, I'm selling her. She doesn't like that sales tactic. She still fights me out. She still wants the candy. But at the end of the day, everything that you say out of your mouth, every little thing, everything, there's not one thing, think of one thing in your life that you're not selling. And most people think to explain sales as something happy, as something exciting. But in reality, is it? No. Sometimes you're selling someone on the fact that you're sad, that you're depressed. "Yeah, I'm having a rough day, tough life." You're selling someone. You're telling someone you're sad. Now, whether they believe you or not, I don't know. I don't know if that pitch was good enough to maybe you have tears running down your face. It's a pretty good sell. Now that person believes, whoa, no, they're really sad. So every single thing, let's put this in your head right now. Every single little thing that you have ever been told or that you ever tell people is sales. So if you're 30 years old, you have 30 years sales experience. If you're 50 years old, you have 50 years sales experience. Maybe you haven't been talking since 1 or since birth. But you know what I mean. What I'm trying to say is you've been selling your entire life and you just don't even realize it. So now, put that in your noggin, dwell on it, think on it, believe in it, have confidence in it. Dang, I have been selling my entire life. I am good at sales. I've sold people 1,000,000 times, 100 times today, right now. I don't know what time it is. I think it's 10 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock in the morning. I've already sold 50 people on emotion, on thought, on personality. You are constantly selling. Life is a constant transaction. Now, you're not getting paid for it, maybe financially, but maybe emotionally you are. Maybe it makes you feel good to sell someone on your emotion. We are selling day in and day out. So believe, know that you are a salesperson. You've been selling your entire life. You just have to know it. You have to believe it. Okay, let's get to the core of why people don't like sales. Why do people not like sales? I have this board here. I didn't even realize I have this board. I've only used it a couple of times. I'm not really big into whiteboards. So we're talking about being a superstar Star Salesperson. How do you do that? Number one, we said it. It's mindset. What do we talk about mindset? You've been in sales your whole, I'll just capitalize this, life. So now we know that. You've been in sales your entire life, okay? Why do people not like sales? I'll tell you right now. What is it? Tell me. Think about it. Dwell on it. So you're talking to someone and there is the ability for you to get commission or money based on that, and you're like, I'm afraid of, what is it? I just said it, kind of just gave it away. Fear. You fear what? What do you fear? Rejection. You fear rejection. Why? Failure. What happens at the end of failure? Talking about sales here, right? What happens when you fear rejection and you reach the point of failure? Absolutely freaking nothing. This is sales. This is not war. This is not life or death. What happens when you fail in sales? You move on. You develop tough skin. You're going to get 100 no's before you get a yes. But it's the person who fails more that succeeds. So you have to fail to succeed. Who wants to succeed? We all want to succeed. But the people who reach this level, compared to the people who reach this level, these people have failed hundreds of times through. Now, I've been successful in 2 separate industries, but I've attempted probably about 8 industries and multiple different businesses in those industries. You name it, I've tried it for the most part, and I have failed so many times through. I've spent lots of money, lots of time, lots of effort. But through this 15-year journey of entrepreneurship, what have I learned? Tough skin, perseverance. That failure will just lead me to the next accomplishment. So you fear rejection / failure. What happens at the end of failure? Put this in your head. Absolutely freaking nothing. Move on to the next person. Love them, respect them. You got to know and say, hey, it's just not right now. No big deal. Don't bug the person. Don't damage that friendship. Move on to the next person. Do we got that? Do we get it? Cool. What is the end result with a sales pitch? What are you trying to do? You're trying to move people to action. At the end of the day, next week, super excited. I'm going to see Tony Robbins up in Miami. I'm going to be up there for 5 days, leave on Tuesday, get back the next Monday night late. So actually a little bit longer. Grueling, right? We're going to be having 12, 14-hour days. If you do not invest in yourself, the best investment is most definitely yourself at the end of the day. This year I've probably spent about $20K on myself, on developing me here and here, getting to that right place. And this is also why I've had success, because I constantly push the envelope within myself. So with that being said, I'm going to see Tony Robbins. I'm gonna be out there for a week. I'm super excited about it. There's a lot of nerves and jitters, and those nerves and those jitters are for one reason. What if I go and I spend this $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 on this event, fly out there, do all that, and I don't learn anything, and I don't actually develop? Fear, failure. But how could I not do that? How? Action. What Tony Robbins teaches me, I come home and I do it. Don't think about it. That's not action. Do something about it. You want to lose 60 pounds? Do something about it. Buy the right food. Prep your food. get a gym membership or not, go work out in the park. Action. The people who do things in this life are the people who, what? Act. You have to act to create. So you need to act, okay? So at the end of the day, this is what it takes to be a superstar. Mindset. You need the mindset. Let's move on to the next. What does it take to be a superstar? Strategy. Every time you partake in a conversation with someone, you need to be prepared 110%. I like this analogy from actually Tony Robbins. He talks about having not just a sales pitch prepared, but a stadium pitch. So it's about having a pitch prepared at all times for all businesses. And I recently just heard this from within this last year, but I've done this for all my businesses for years. So I have Elite Physique Fitness. I have a stadium pitch for that, a stadium pitch. B-Body Fitness, my business to come, which we haven't launched just yet. I have a stadium pitch for that. For BioRains, I have a stadium pitch. For my residential business, real estate business, I got a stadium pitch. For my commercial business, I have a stadium pitch. For online trading, I have a stadium pitch. These are my current businesses right now. I have a stadium pitch for anything that I'm currently involved with. What does that look like? I'm in a stadium. I'm listening to Tony Robbins, and he says, who wants to get up here and speak for 45 seconds about their business? Who's ready to go? I'm gonna get up there, regardless of whatever business he's talking about. I'm gonna give him my stadium pitch. Now, this is a template that is built in my mind, that I have physically written down or typed out, whether it's computer, whatever you use, and I've seen it, rehearsed it, I've memorized it, I've gone over it time after time after time, and I keep it as a template in my head. It's memorized, it's locked tight, but depending on the audience, depending on the person, I change it. I change it as I go. So it's important to have a stadium pitch not only memorized, but you have to be prepared to slightly alter it as you go. And how does that happen? This is a part of strategy. Talked about a stadium pitch. Moving on to the next. Questions. So for each one of my pitches, I always start with questions. So this is BioRains. I'm reaching out to someone. Hey John, how you doing, man? You doing good? I like to get straight to the point. So I don't like to dance around the fact that I haven't talked to this person in years. We're gonna be on the phone for like 10 minutes talking about life. I want to get to know where this person's at in life, but I want to get straight down to business because time. I'm trying to make these calls that I have with people for this company, BioRains, 15 minutes, 20 minutes max. So I'm going to go ahead and call John. I'm going to say, hey, John, how you doing? Doing good. Hey, I want to get straight to the point here. I have an opportunity here. I want to talk to you about it. I'm actually going to pitch you. I'm really excited about it. I think this is something that's right up your alley, but hey, I'm not sure. It could be something that's not a good fit for you. Got some questions for you. Do you got about 5 to 10 extra hours a week in your day-to-day life? Okay, you do. That's good. Are you interested in making some passive income? You are? Okay. I mean, who doesn't want extra income, right? How do you operate? How do you operate as a person? Do you need structure? Are you good with building structure? Or if someone gives you structure, do you follow structure? So what I'm trying to say is, I hear the person out. As they answer these questions, what are they giving me? Information. What I call black swans. They're giving me information, and it might be a word, it might be a sentence, but it's something that is giving me information about someone's life and making me go, okay. He's mentioned his kids 10 times. This guy loves his kids. Okay? So how can I use that? Hey John, I see that you really care about your kids. And I appreciate that because I have 2 kids myself and I love my kids. It seems like there's some health issues. Hey John, I think you should really try this product. More specifically, I think your kids should try this product. I think this product, it can really help them. Your son, he struggles with attention deficit disorder. And your daughter, she's having a hard time sleeping. This is a safe product for kids. John, can you please just try this product for your kids? What am I doing? I'm asking him questions. I got to know him. He told me some information. He gave me some black swan information. And what did I do? At that point, I was able to use it. So what do you do when you call someone and you regurgitate information? That's what you do. You regurgitate. You just lay it all down there. And at the end, they're like, it's like information overload. They don't even know what to do. So at the end of the day, what if you listen to someone? What if you ask them questions? And what if at the end of it, you go, wow, I have something that could really help you. But what if you have a conversation and they don't have an extra 5 to 10 hours? One, I don't believe that. But what if they said they don't? What if they said they don't want to make extra money? What if they answered your questions like you didn't think? What do? You know what? This is literally what I do. Hey, John, I don't really think this is a good fit for you, to be honest. I know you're a rock star. That's why I called you. I remember you from 8 years ago, and just the fact that you're such a zealous person. You got so much personality, and maybe you tell them some truthful comments about themselves. And then at the end of the day, you just go, it's just not a good fit. Hey, do you still want me to pitch you on this? Because honestly, 80% of the time, those people are like, wow, he really listened to me. You know what? Yeah, I want to hear you. You've just opened his mind, and you've just allowed him to take all the defenses down. And now he's going to sit there and what? He's going to listen to you. And then the other 20% of the time, what does he do? He says, yeah, you're right. This is not a good fit. Okay, John, hey, you know what? It was really good to talk to you, man. If you want me to keep you in the loop, I can. I have a prospecting email list that I can blast some emails out to you. And it's just basically like soft information about the company from time to time, every 6 months or so. I can do that if you want me to. What did I do? I asked him questions. I got to know him. Got to feel him out. So you guys are looking for quality, not quantity. It's not about pumping people out. It's about finding rock stars. It's about finding superstars. Now that might seem difficult, but it's not. Some people are not apparently a rock star, but I believe everyone in here is a rock star. Sometimes you have to develop them into the rock star that they actually are. It's about knowing your worth, right? Okay, so that's the strategy, guys. What does it take to become a superstar salesperson? Strategy, mindset, and strategy. You need to strategize. You need to have a stadium pitch ready. You need to ask questions. You need to get to know the person that you are talking to. You need to mold your stadium pitch depending on who you're talking to, okay? Last, and probably the most important, and I guarantee most of you do not do this. This is something that I have done for years, and it's probably one of the most challenging things to do. Practice, 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 practice. How did I get to a point where I turned pro professionally golfing? How did I get to that high level? Practiced my little head off. Practiced every day, 6-7 days a week for years, and I got really good. How did I get to a place where, I don't know if Ronnie's gonna watch this. So one of my distributors is Ronnie Krager. He's a legend in the sport of skateboarding, and I'm nowhere near his capabilities. He's a stud. But how did I get to become a semi-professional skateboarder? I used to do street competitions, and I was really good at street skating and gaps, ledges, all that stuff. How did I get to that level? Practice. I practiced every freaking day. I remember being in junior high school and being like, Mom, can I eat my food real quick? I'm gonna go out to the garage. I go out to a little garage like this, and I work on kickflips for like 3 hours. Trying to kickflip, master a kickflip. But you know what? It's practice, which makes perfect. I don't know if it'll be perfect, but that's how you get good at things. So we need to practice this craft. What is the best way to do it? In my opinion, 2 things. Go to a mirror or film yourself where the camera is faced right at you, where you are looking at yourself. And yeah, I know this looks like it's perfect, right? It's not. I see flaws. I see flaws all over the place. We can't help but see flaws in ourselves. But if you're in front of that mirror, if you're in front of that video, and you're given that sales pitch to yourself, or that speech to yourself, over and over and over again, you're going to get better. Because that is the most difficult audience and the harshest critic, which is yourself. You're watching yourself going, wow, I look like a freaking knucklehead. I look like an idiot. You say all these things that just bring your worth down. And if you do that, if you get used to it, if you can push through that, if you can do it over and over and over, this is what I do. I literally do this every Wednesday, do it for about an hour, and I practice public speaking. I get in front of a mirror, I get in front of a camera, and I look at myself, and I talk in front of it. And that's how I get used to it. I didn't have this ability where I was just born to be like, hey camera, how you doing? Wow, you look fantastic, this is great. No, what I did is I practiced and I practiced and I practiced, okay? So the more you practice your stadium pitch for whatever company or specifically buyer rates, if you practice that craft, you will get better at it. But how many of you actually do that? Better question is, how many of you will actually do that? That's how you get better, guys. You have to practice. If you do not practice, you will not get better at this craft. Everything that I just told you is so simple, but I want to make it simple. Everything I'll ever teach is simple, okay? When it also comes to practicing, I would say it's important to note that you need to affirm yourself. This is something I talked about yesterday. And this is something new to me. I've only been doing for the last maybe 4-5 months, but is to give yourself affirmations. What does that look like? Shout your worth. Know that you are perfect. Know that you are a special, unique individual, that you bring qualities to the table that not anyone else brings. Not anyone, not me, not your counterpart, not anyone next to you. You are an athlete. You are strong. You are capable. You are worth it, whatever that it is. You can do this. More specifically, sometimes when I need to get jacked, I actually, just from raising my voice right there, I'm getting a little shaky. If you've never tried this, affirmations, when you're about to go into a presentation, when you're about to talk to a prospect on the phone, do some push-ups, get yourself jacked up in that physical sense, and shout things that are truth about you. And if you have a hard time with this, think of something. Tell yourself what you want to be and say it with all your heart and shout it. For instance, case in point, I'm trying to think to myself, I had a very important presentation to the city for my gym business, B-Body Fitness. So before that presentation, I'm driving there and loudly, and I understand that you got to do this kind of thing private. This is probably difficult to do around other people, but I'm driving there and I'm about 3 minutes from pulling up. I'm feeling tired. I'm gonna wake up, got my hands on the steering wheel, and I'm like, I'm gonna sell this. I'm gonna do this. I got this. My words are power, and they're gonna hear me. I got something to offer to this city. And I just went over and over and over again for about 2 to 3 minutes. And I'm telling you, if you haven't done that, my knees are shaking right now. If you haven't done that, there's this energy that circums you and gives you the strength to do it. And I learned this tactic from Tony Robbins. Because before Tony goes out to speak for 14 hours straight on stage in front of people, because he wants to give his people everything, this is what he does in the back of the stage. He says he does it 5 minutes before every speech. He just sits there and he does push-ups and he does jump squats and he basically yells as loud as he possibly can. That's why he's also losing his voice. To get himself psyched up, jacked up, and in the right frame of mind. So if you haven't affirmed it, this is not a hokey pokey kind of thing. This isn't chanting, blah, 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 blah. We ain't doing none of that, okay? This is truth. This is who you are, and you shout those things. And you make those things known, and you make those things evident, okay? Guys, what does it take to be a superstar salesperson? Practice. At the end of the day, what does it take to be a superstar salesperson? What is it? Say it with me. If you can't say it out loud, then you don't know it. It's 3 simple things. Mindset, strategy, practice. Guys, if you do these things, you will be a rock star salesperson. What makes this time different than the other 100 times you've heard someone talk about sales? Action. When this is done and you've watched this entire thing, what are we at? 30 minutes and 26 seconds? And you've watched this entire thing, you're gonna go, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the damn thing. Do it. Freaking do it. And what is that? Mindset. Put on the mindset. Listen to what I said. Believe that you are a salesperson. Strategize. Get a damn sales pitch. Write it out. Type it out. Do whatever you have to do. Get a sales pitch. And then what do? You practice it. Mindset, strategy, practice. Do it. Done. That's it. Action. Move forward. After you move forward, what happens? You become that. 6 months from now, a year from now, you're a 10K. You're a 25K. You've accomplished. How do you accomplish? You do the damn thing. Action. Let's go. Guys, I love you. I appreciate you. I told you I'd give you this video. It was more or less like it was yesterday. I will off and on be speaking every week on the Monday call at 12 o'clock. Please feel free to be a part of it. It's the same exact meeting ID. It's on Zoom, and it's the same exact password, which is my birthday, 060183 what? 36. So, you know. But with that being said, you guys are more than welcome to join. I am about helping you. I'm about motivating, educating, and inspiring. So please be a part of it. I am so excited about this journey with BioRatings. I love Will. I love Summer. I love this company. I love what I've seen so far. It blends and meshes well with my soon-to-be B-Body Fitness, which you gotta try out. It's gonna be incredible. I'm super excited about that. But anyways, guys, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you when I see you.